I think Far Cry 6 is going to be great, and I'm not just saying that. I'm basing that on a few assumptions and some facts. When I look at a Ubisoft game demo, I'm usually looking for things that they can mess up. There's the usual graphics downgrades and performance issues, but in the past few years, every single game has had some or the other issue. Gamers have gotten used to that, so even if Far Cry 6 is a little buggy, I don't think it'll be that big of an issue. Cyberpunk 2077 had bugs and glitches, but the bigger complaint was the undelivered promises, varied story paths, a more immersive world. Basically, we were promised the greatest RPG ever made. That was the biggest reason for Cyberpunk's downfall. Anyway, coming back to Far Cry 6, I feel they can't mess up anything really from this point. Here are a few reasons why. First, Far Cry games have had a series of boring protagonists, and somehow they keep getting worse with every installment. From what we have seen so far, Far Cry 6 might have the most interesting protagonist in this series. As far as villains go, I have a really good feeling about Anton. First off, I'm sure Giancarlo Esposito got paid big bucks. Ubisoft will want to get every penny's worth out of him, so the writers are going to work as hard as they can to make the character as well written as possible to make use of Giancarlo's acting chops, and all he needs to do really is channel his inner Gus Fring. That should seal the deal. I'm 90% sure Anton is going to be the second best villain in the series, so a promising protagonist and a great antagonist. I think it's fair to say that the story will at least be average. Now on to the setting. As I've said countless times, Ubisoft are really good at building exciting game worlds. Far Cry 5 is the only Ubisoft game that had an underwhelming game world for me. The island of Yara looks incredible thus far. It even has a Hollywood certified yellow tint. Not since Unity have I been this impressed. Gameplay is not going to be out of the world. They are going to play it safe. It's just going to be typical Far Cry stuff. I don't have high expectations in that regard. Ubisoft aren't going to be overly ambitious or creative. But the thing is, gameplay in Far Cry games aren't half bad. Far Cry 6 probably will be more of the same, but it doesn't bother me all that much. If they could really focus on gameplay, make it refined, maybe try some new gameplay ideas. I mean, Outpost Liberation have been overused to say the least. Even work on fundamental gameplay elements. I would love a Far Cry game that doesn't feel like a copy. Ubisoft have done this in the past. Gameplay improved a lot from Black Flag to Unity. Parkour felt more complex. Combat wasn't as easy and simple as previous games. Gameplay went from being relatively shallow to something that's pretty good. Ubisoft have only one game scheduled to release this year. That's great. In 2020, they released Valhalla, Legion and Immortals Phoenix in a span of 45 days. Two of them are decent. Immortals is actually really good. But the thought of Ubisoft channeling all their energy into one game is exciting. I'm not saying Far Cry 6 is going to be the greatest game ever or even a Game of the Year contender. Well, that might happen. There are barely any games scheduled to release this year. I have gone over a few important aspects of the game and I really feel Ubisoft can't mess this up. Of course, if anyone can, it's Ubisoft. I haven't been this excited for a game in a while, not since RDR2. For a Ubisoft game, not since Watch Dogs 1 and Unity. Maybe this is the beginning of a new era. An era where Ubisoft make decent games. I mean, it's about time. It's been close to a decade since they made a truly great game. Well, that's my prediction for Far Cry 6. Let me know what you think about Far Cry 6. Thanks for watching and subscribe to the channel if you liked this video and want to see more in the future. Have a great day wherever you are.